Hello everyone, welcome you all for my YouTube channel. I am Puneet Kumar DG, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government Professional College, Paramasar. As you all know, we are discussing the subject Law and Practice of Income Tax Part 2, which is for the first semester BCom, Davangere University. So in this video, as you all know, we are discussing the module 1, the profits and gains from business or profession. So in this video, I will discuss on some of the problems regarding the computation of income from business. Already we have discussed about the format of the computation of income from business, where we are considering the net profit as per the P&L account, and based on the net profit of the P&L account, we will proceed for the computation of income from business, which is taxable. Now let us consider some of the problems which have been appeared in the previous the examinations, and by taking those illustrative problems, we will proceed for understanding how we are going to calculate the income from business. So let us look at the problem. I'll read out the problem for your understanding. The P&L account of Mr. Arsha, a trader at Davangere, showed net profit of rupees 3,80,000 for the previous year 2019-20. On verification, it is found that the following were debited to the P&L account. Means here the P&L account of Mr. Asha has been showing a net profit of the 3,80,000 rupees. This is an important part. We need to notify that net profit as per P&L account is rupees 3,80,000 for the previous year 2019-20. On verification, it is found the following were debited to the P&L account. Means they have given the debit side items of the P&L account. The payment of income tax rupees 17,000 and income tax proceeding expenses rupees 8,000. Contribution to URPF. Here URPF stands for Unrecognized Provident Fund, rupees 15,000. Sales tax rupees 18,500 and 4,000 penalty for delayed payment of sales tax. Here sales tax is rupees 18,500 and penalty rupees 4,000. Cash payment to a creditor rupees 58,000. Municipal tax rupees 5,400. One third portion of the house is used for the business and half portion is used for self residence and remaining portion is let out. Income of rupees 9,400 received during the previous year is not recorded in the P&L account. The above net profit includes rupees 13,000 for recovery of old bad debts which were disallowed by the Income Tax Authority. ITO stands for Income Tax Officer or Income Tax Authority in the past. Compute his income from business for the assessment year 2020-21. Now let us look at the solution part of this problem. First, we need to write heading as computation of income from business of Mr. Harsha for the assessment year 2020-21. Here, as I told you, first we need to consider the net profit as per P&L account. Then we need to proceed for as per the pro forma. So the pro forma says that first we need to add expenses which are disallowed but debited to P&L account, and as well as then add less expenses which are allowed but not debited to P&L account. Then we'll add the incomes which are related to business but not credited to P&L account. Then we are going to less incomes which are not related to business but which has been credited to the P&L account. In this manner, we are going to determine the profit from so the taxable income from business. Now in this problem, the first we need to consider the net profit as per P&L account. The net profit as per P&L account is rupees 3,80,000 as given in the problem. Then as per pro forma, we are going to add expenses not allowed but debited to the P&L account. So we will consider one by one and write amounts in the inner column. The first one is income tax paid. So income tax paid becomes disallowed because as it is paid on the taxable income from the business. So then contribution to the unrecognized provident fund. So as the contribution made to the unrecognized provident fund, this is going to be disallowed. Then the third one is cash payment to creditors. So if any payments are made in cash exceeding rupees 10,000 becomes fully disallowed. So he has paid rupees 58,000. So the whole 58,000 becomes disallowed. If he has paid in anything, any mode other than the cash, then the whole 58,000 will be eligible for the deduction. But now, as it is paid in the cash, this is a disallowed expense. So, as it is debited to the P&L account, this has to be added back to the net profit. Then, regarding the municipal taxes of the house, means here the only one third of uh, the house is used for the purpose of business. Remaining two third is not used for the purpose of business. This is used for the residence and as well as for the let out purpose. Hence, the one third is eligible as a deduction. The remaining two third portion becomes ineligible. So that two third portion should be added back to the net profit. So the total expenditure is 5,400 and that is multiplied by 2 by 3. Hence, we are going to get 3,600 as disallowed expense. So when we add all these things, we will get 93,600, and if that 93,600 is added back to the net profit, then the total becomes 4,73,600. Then incomes received but not credited to the P&L account. There is only one item which is relating to the business, which is not credited to the P&L account. That is 9,400 rupees. That should be added back to the business. And the last one is bad debts recovered, which were earlier disallowed. So that is included in the net profit as per the adjustment given in the problem. So old bad debt has been recovered, which was earlier disallowed by the income tax officer. So hence that should be deducted from the net profit. So that amount is rupees 13,000. So when we make a sum of all these things, we will get the final answer as 4,70,000 rupees. So this is the income from business. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ P&L ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 3,80,000 rupees ಅದನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಚರ್ ಡಿಸಲೋಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ P&L ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೊದಲನೇದು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೇಡ್, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಡಿಸಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಟು ಅನ್ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾವಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಫಂಡ್ ಇರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ URPF ಅನ್ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾವಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಫಂಡ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ rupees 10,000 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಡಿಸಲೋಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಇರೋದಂತ ಡಿಸಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ದ ಫುಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ the full payment amount becomes the disallowed. And then it will comes to the municipal taxes. So municipal taxes ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಥರ್ಡ್ ಅವರು ಅದರ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ದ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸಲೋಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಟೂ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಸಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಚರ್ 5,400 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೂ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 3,600 ಕೂಡ ಡಿಸಲೋಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ 93,600 rupees ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಡಿಸಲೋಡ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ಸ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟೆಡ್ ಟು P&L ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ಇದು ಒನ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ₹9,400 ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅನ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ದಟ್ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದ ನೆಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಡೆಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ವರ್ ರಿಕವರ್ಡ್ which were earlierly disallowed by the income tax officer ಅಂತ. So such bad debts will be deducted from the net profit. So 13,000 rupees ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫೈನಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 4,70,000 rupees which is considered as an income from business. Thus we have solved one simple problem regarding the computation of income from business, and in our further classes we will solve some more problems regarding the computation of income from business with the different entries, and you can refer these books for your further readings. The first one, Dr. H.C. Mehrotra and Goyal, Income Tax Law and Accounts, Sahitya Bhavan Publications, Agra, and Dr. C. Baswantappa, Law and Practice of Income Tax, Basavakarana Publications, Davangere. And you can also refer the Income Tax India website and as well as ICAI website for further materials. I thank everyone for watching this video. Kindly like and subscribe if you like this video, and also comment with your suggestions and queries. Thank you everyone.